Welcome to the TELABS Optical LAN Basic Skills video using the Lag View application. The purpose of this video is to introduce the Lag View application in the TELABS Panorama EMS for Optical LAN. Additionally, this video will explain the tools provided in the Lag View to both provision and monitor uplink interfaces on the optical LAN system. The topics covered in this training module include an overview of link aggregation groups and how they are used by the TELABS Optical LAN, the provisioning of lags in the Panorama EMS, and monitoring lags in uplink Ethernet ports using the Panorama EMS. In computer networking, link aggregation is the combining of multiple network connections in parallel in order to increase throughput beyond what a single connection could sustain, to provide redundancy in case one of the links should fail, or both. A link aggregation group, or lag, is a combined collection of physical ports. Implementation may follow vendor-independent standards such as Link Aggregation Control Protocol for Ethernet, defined in the IEEE 8021X, or the previous IEEE 802.3AD. For each TELABS OLT, up to 12 available interfaces can be configured in Panorama for use by the NE. To use an interface, at least one ESU port must be assigned. A port can belong to only one interface. The number of available ports depends on the number of ESUs, one or two, and the OLT model. If using two ESU cards in an OLT6, it is best to create lags that incorporate ports on both cards. This protects the uplink in the event of an ESU failure. The Lags View application is divided into two tabs. The first tab identifies the Ethernet ports available for uplinks. The address for each port is identified as either ESU-A or ESU-B. The number identifies the port number on the ESU card. Ports 1 through 4 are 1 gig ports, and ports 5 and 6 are 10 gig ports. Right-clicking on a port and selecting Properties opens an information window for the port. Information here can be used to monitor the health of the Ethernet port. Two availability states are listed. These can indicate either normal or abnormal. If the state is abnormal, clicking the ellipsis button will show reported reasons. The availability state at the bottom shows the status of the optical transceiver for the port. Each port in the list is given a default port ID of faceplate port. This ID can be changed by double-clicking on the ID name and editing the field. Clicking Apply will save the new name. The second tab displays the lags. This window is broken into two parts. At the top is a list of the established lags. Here, lags can be added and deleted. Right-click on a lag in the list and select Protocol Spanning Tree. Here, STP parameters can be adjusted on the selected lag. Also, the status and statistics of STP on the lag can be monitored. A new lag can be created by selecting the Create Uplink Interface icon. In this window, select an address for the lag and a name. SFP modules are 1 gig ports and XFP modules are 10 gig ports. If a VLAN will be untagged on this interface, enter it as the default VLAN. The available links list will reflect the type of module selected. Move the selected links for the lag and click Apply. If LACP is used for this uplink, select the LACP Configuration tab. Check the box to enable LACP on the lag. Also, select the LACP mode. Passive means that this uplink interface waits for the other end to initiate an LACP connection. Active means that this uplink initiates LACP connections. One or both ends of the connection must be active for LACP to work. Select a timer value of short or long. This determines how long a link must be non-functioning before LACP removes it. The short timeout is 3 seconds, while the long timeout is 90 seconds. Click Apply to save the settings. An uplink interface can be edited in Panorama PON. If an uplink interface is created in the craft interface, it can be configured in Panorama Pawn where additional parameters are available. In the Uplink Interfaces tab, select the uplink interface to change. Select the Configuration tab. Here, ports can be added or removed from the link. Be advised, changes to VLANs and the LACP parameters may cause unintended uplink outages. If the management VLAN is associated with the affected uplink, the issue will have to be addressed locally at the OLT. Selecting the Status tab displays the lag status. Availability status can be normal or abnormal. If the status is abnormal, click the ellipsis button to the right to display the uplink interface availability state dialog with a list of the reported state values. Degrade signal may mean that one or more of the Ethernet ports on the ESU is down. If this is the case, the status of each port will need to be evaluated. This concludes this video. In it, we have discussed an overview of link aggregation groups and how they are used by Teleb's optical LAN, the provisioning of lags in the Panorama EMS, and monitoring lags in uplink Ethernet ports through the Panorama EMS.